Hi friends, in this video I'm going to talk about breakups. So breakup I mean when a romantic relationship ends. So this ending can be very painful. It's emotionally painful, but there is emotional pain here, so we cannot really see the hurt. If there is a physical hurt, we can easily see the wound and we can easily do the needed. We can take the treatment, we can apply ointments, we can do anything. But when there is an emotional wound, first of all, we ourselves don't acknowledge its presence. Forget about healing. Healing happens when you know there is an emotional wound. So in this video I'm not going to give you any tips as to how to overcome breakup and what to do about it, but I just want you to understand what happens post breakup. What is that pain about? What is that craving about? What happens during that? The mechanism, more or less it is similar for all of us. The experience is similar, so much of the content you will be able to relate with, and once you understand the mechanism, you yourself will be able to find your own ways as to how to move on, how to put yourself back together. Even if there is pain, you would know how to function well, because when this happens, it suddenly takes away, it seems like our life is gone and we don't know what to do about it. We don't know how to work, how to concentrate, we don't know how to be happy anymore. So a lot of pain happens. So I want you to understand this. So before breakup happens, so before you understand breakup, understand love, because only when there is love there is breakup, and then there is the thing that happens post breakup. So we will move on to it step by step. So once you understand love, what is love? So I'm not asking for any scientific definition or any romantic definition. We all might have our own definition of love based on how we see it, but the most common thing when you say love is that good feeling. If you all must be able to relate to that good feeling. When we are in love, we are feeling very good, in the sense that emotions are at our best. Our emotions are very pleasant. We are feeling like you see in some movies. If you have I have to give you an example. If you see some movies, some Bollywood movies, so they show that when you are in love, you are buying a particular color more. You are attracted to those colors which you would otherwise won't buy. You are more you are seeing the world lovefully. You're having friendly relations with people around you. You are more concerned about yourself. You are caring for yourself more. You are very concerned about how you look, how attractive are you, and the person who is the source of all those emotions, that person becomes suddenly very precious for you. You don't want to lose that person and you're obsessed with that person, those thoughts. So what I'm trying to say is, when you're in love, there is a state of you which is very different than when you're not in love. So when you are in love, there is a state of your mind which is very pleasant. So there is a state of you, the being that you are, the state that you are in, that state of love, that phase is different than when you are not in love, and that phase is very addictive, because it's a good phase, right? We want to have those nice emotions, so we want to stay with that. So post breakup, that good state is gone. We are no more feeling the same pleasure that we feel when we are in love. And everybody of us wants to feel good about ourselves or about how we are, just like this. Just when I sit here, I want to feel good. So what happens is, this person who came into our life is making us have some high. It's like you can equate it with when you are taking drugs or when you're taking alcohol. You are experiencing some kind of a high, and that high is very addictive, so you want to go back to it again and again. There is a pleasure that you get. So now if you look at this romantic relationship, if you just analyze it logically, just subsiding your emotions for some time, there must be something that this person was giving you, as in that there must be something that this person was making you feel in a certain way which otherwise you were not feeling on your own. Before this person came, maybe you never felt good about yourself. As soon as this person started coming and accepting you, this person started showing you your own worth, your own value, because that person loved you and suddenly you started feeling good about yourself. So now this person made you feel good about yourself. Now suddenly when this relationship has ended, you are no more able to love yourself, because if you just recall, you were the same. You have gone back to that same state that you were earlier, before this relationship happened. Or what happens is, sometimes this person might be filling some need of ours, might be meeting some needs. That could be psychological need, some emotional need, maybe financial need, sexual needs. So we all get into the relationship, there is a mutual need fulfillment. So now when this so this is always happening when we are in love. Okay, now post breakup, what happens is, there is pain, and that pain is not about the loss of the person as much. That pain is about all these things that we are missing in our life now. So there is a void. So we are not actually missing the person, we are missing the past. We are missing the past memories. We are missing all those the time that we spent together. Whatever we used to do, we used to talk for 1 hour, we used to share our feelings, we used to do things together, there was companionship. We are missing all those things. So after breakup, if the partner is the one who initiated the breakup, so there might be in fact negative emotions regarding the person. We are not missing the person. We might be feeling angry, we might be feeling a lot of resentment, we might be feeling we don't deserve this, and this person did really wrong and he has really lost something and all that thing. But at the same time there is pain. So that pain is about all that past memories. We are just not able to get off the things that person was giving us, that person was fulfilling, those needs of ours. So what we have to understand is, there is a void that comes up. And mostly there are many people who go through breakup, then everybody has different coping abilities. Some come back very quickly, some take little time, some people are not able to come back. Some people really get into they get so sad, sometimes even I would say depressed. And I have seen, according to me, like I have seen based on my experiences, that people who are really finding it very difficult to come back, it is because they are more vulnerable. Why? Because they are not having other coping resources. Because when they were in relationship, this person was the only person they had. They had no friends, they had no other, this person was the center of their life. There are not even two friends with whom they can even share the pain of the breakup. Or the people don't have good family relation, not very good relation with the siblings or cousins or parents. So what happens, this person's entire life, if this person's entire life was only that person, it becomes even more difficult to cope. So you have to understand that what are your vulnerabilities, why are you what is it that is a major missing in your life, because of which it is becoming even more difficult to cope. Because if you had real good friends, the emotional sharing is still the needs are still met, you have friends to share now. There is of course that void that comes up. So you need to understand that that pain is all about the memories. And when we are going through this breakup, most of the time our 90% of the thoughts are about that person, why that person did this, what happened, or we are cherishing the memories, or the memories are coming up and we are finding it very difficult to let go of those thoughts, all those memories and everything. Now what happens is, it's very difficult for us to understand that all that past was not real. So maybe I was thinking that in the past whatever happened was all real, we would have a thought of a future and everything. Now suddenly what happens is, the pain is about that all that past is just gone. It was not real. It was not equally important for both of us, even if it is a mutual breakup, it just ended. So that is the pain about. And second, the pain is about resisting the change. There is a lot sudden change. It's very simple, but it's very difficult to bring it to our conscious mind and accept it that a change has happened. We don't want that change. We are trying very hard to resist the change. So we want to go back to that past, whether in our thoughts or we really want to call up that person, we want to go back to the past. So if we just accept the change, things might become very, very easier for us, because now we know that things have changed and we just have to live with the change. We don't want to suffer, we want to feel the same high. It's like if you are addicted to something and you suddenly leave it, you're going to experience withdrawal symptoms. For example, if you're addicted to alcohol, you might experience tremors, you might experience nausea, or stomach ache, or any kind of, or if you're addicted to anything, so you might experience some withdrawal symptoms, headache or anything. So you can consider it that there are going to be withdrawal symptoms, but we don't want to even live with that for 1 second. We want to go back to that good feeling. We want to go back. We are looking, so sometimes we hook up with another person. We want some other person to fill up that void. We want somebody to fill up that void. We are just craving. So that desire to be in that state, that is itself okay. But when there is craving, there is some negative connotation attached to it. We have that urge and we want to fill it by any means. So we might get into alcohol, drugs, we are binge watching something, we are binge eating, because we are just filling that void in through unconscious, unhealthy means. So the important thing here is to understand that there is a void and we need to live with that void at least for some time. It is very important to live with the void, to feel that emotion, to feel that pain, and slowly when we accept it, we start on our own, we start to fill that void. We will start saying hi to somebody, even to our neighbor whom we never saw in all of this time. So we might say hi, we might make new friends, we might do something, we might play games, we might create some hobbies, we might listen to music, we will do something definitely. But first acknowledge that there is a void, there was something that person was giving there, that there was something that both of you invested. So that person was investing into something, into you, and that now that is not getting fulfilled, that supply is gone, and it's very difficult to be on my own now. So the more capable you are of being on your own, and it is very important, even otherwise, whether you are still in a relationship or otherwise, relationship doesn't have to be the center of your life. It was a part. So you have your friends, you have your families, you have your career, and they have this relationship. It's a part of it, and if this goes away, it becomes difficult. But if this was the center, it becomes even more difficult. Situation can be worse, not bad, but it can be worse. But then you have to understand that you have to put the circle together again. You have to make this relationship a relationship itself, and slowly the void might get filled by some other person, or it is very, very important that the void gets filled by our own existence, when we are very, very comfortable with who we are and our needs are met largely by ourselves or by other people, or we are not so much dependent. In that way, the process of healing would start. We would start to live with the void, we will then start to fill the void, and slowly we will be out of it. So in this process we grow, we become a different version. So it is very, very important that in this process, very, very important that we are very much loving to ourselves, because that love supply is gone. So it's even more important that we love and nurture ourselves even more. We have to be very, very patient with ourselves, because we are going through an emotional pain, and we have to give ourselves a lot of love and acceptance and nurturance. So it's not like if you miss that person, you don't have to judge that emotion, that why I am missing that person who suddenly left me, why I am missing the person who cheated me. So you are going to miss somebody who has left. It was a relationship, you invested in that relationship for some years or some months. There was a lot of emotional involvement there happening, there was emotional attachment. So definitely there is going to be pain, but there's no need to judge anything that you feel. Any emotion that comes up, let it come up. You're missing the person, you're hating the person after a while, or you're missing the person. So whatever is happening to you, do not judge it. Just live with that emotion, and slowly the intensity would fade away. You just go through it. There's no need to act on that emotion. You just have to live that emotion, and slowly that is just an emotion that will come and that will go away. There's no need to attach with it. There's no need to criticize yourself for feeling it. So there have to be lot of accepting towards yourself, lot of love, like I said, acceptance towards yourself, and be very, very patient. And in this process, whatever support is needed, whether it's from your family, whether it's from your friends or anybody, take that support, or from the videos or from a professional, and take that support, and definitely nothing lasts forever. Even if it is a love relationship, there is a phases. So that high phase, even if the relationship would have continued, that high phase would eventually go down, and there is a stagnation that comes. So many of the time there is this unrealistic expectation that there would be that high all the time. It doesn't happen. So we have to be realistic that that high is gone, that something is gone, and you can still be okay. You do not need that person to feel good. You can still be okay on your own. You can still survive. You can still be complete, because all that was given by that person you can still give to yourself on your own. You can still fill the void. You can still be safe. And most importantly, last thing that I want to mention here is when the relationship ends, and there is no closure given. There is no closure. So we want to look for why. We want some explanation. We want some logical reasoning, some explanation that we want. Okay, this might have happened. I must have done this. The other person must have done this. Maybe I did this wrong. Maybe I should not repeat this. Maybe I'm not good enough. So we want to, give some conclusion as to why it happened. So please resist doing that, because there's no need. It just ended. And it was it's not needed that there has to be somebody to be blamed for it, neither you or the other person. It's just that it has happened. So no logical reason, and no looking for closure, no looking for explanation, because that would keep you going on with that thought, and it's a never ending cycle. Once you get into that thought about what happened, why it happened, and it's never ending. So the moment you find yourself thinking about the person or something, especially in the initial phase, you just drop it at that moment, because those thoughts are waste. They're not going to be of any help, rather they would add pain. So you just drop it and come back to the present moment. Later on, if you want to, at the later phases of the breakup, if you want to cherish those memories, you may cherish it and feel good about it, that the time you spent together. But at the initial phase, the moment you find yourself caught in that cycle of why and what happened and this person's memories and everything, try to drop it instantly, because it's of no use. At this moment, it's of no use. If it's soothing you, it's okay. Otherwise, most of the time there is going to be pain attached to it, because there is a loss of the past that happens, and we want to go back to it in our imagination or in our memories or in real life. So try resisting that. Rather drop it at that moment when it comes, and be involved in some meaningful activity in your life. So the more interesting you will create your life, the more involving you will make your life, the more easier it will be for you to cope. So hope this video helps you in some way, or some person, if you feel your friend or anybody this video can help, do share with them. If there's anything that you want to share, please do write in the comment section. I hope this video was helpful. Take care. Bye bye.